Hey, good day, guys, and welcome to episode number 18 of Dan's the Core podcast. I'm John.
I'm Jacob.
And we have our special guest today. We have
Kalim.
And we have
Shauna.
Welcome to the show, guys. How you guys doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. Thanks
Excellent,
for having us.
excellent.
No, thank you guys for turning up. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, I appreciate you not coming on, mate. I think it was just I had the idea of obviously probably getting you on at some point, because so reason why I've written the show is I've been seeing that you do, obviously you compete, but a lot of people, and I was surprised myself, on your age. I think I must have asked you this when we was in the gym at some point or another, but then it kind of dawned on me that someone like yourself at the age of 23 looks
24 now.
Oh, you're 24? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
So he's going, don't shave no age on me. So I'm on my big man now, 24. yeah. So and obviously, can you tell us what you do, and obviously alongside the competing and stuff, but what is it the things that you do obviously on your day to day?
Yeah. So at the moment I'm on prep.
Okay.
I've just done 2 shows. Done one on the September the 15th in Birmingham at PCA Town Hall, where I come 6th, and then we done another show the week after, where I come 2nd. That was Birmingham as well. Got a few more shows lined up. A week today, 2 weeks today, and then 4 weeks today. So aiming to do those shows.
Yeah.
But me, just bodybuilding. Currently working at a gym, do online coaching, but after the prep's done, planning to go back into driving because I got my HGV.
Oh, okay. Shit.
And then doing Forex, do currency trading. But obviously, you know yourself, on prep, your brain goes, things kind of take a back foot. So my trading's took a bit of a back foot. Driving, it's impossible to probably prep driving. 14, 12-hour days, you sat down all day. Sometimes you might have to stay out. I just thought the preps this year, I'll come back to that after prep. But yeah, that's me really.
That's it.
Wicked, man. And this is your lovely partner, Shauna.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know you two guys from the gym. I think the other reason why I got in, because I realise there's not many people who train. I spot people.
Yeah.
It's one of my things in the gym. I just see the way people train. I always like to see you two train very hard.
Yeah.
I always like to see you putting a lot of effort in, not just coming in and just doing a few bits and taking photos. You actually I actually see you pay attention.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm stalking and watching, but it's hard for me not to see when people do things properly.
Yeah, it's all very structured, isn't it? We have
you was the one that got me into the gym.
Yeah. Logbook everything. We've done this weight, this reps. Okay.
I feel like we're in a competition with each other as well. Who's had the better session or something. Who's done the more reps and everything. So.
Okay, do you come back to each other at the end? Because you don't train together. Because I always notice that you just kind of you come in and just go in your different directions.
Yeah. We used to train together. But from prep we went, and I'm on a different training split now.
Yeah, different times training. She's on a different training program because she's got a coach. She works with my coach now.
Okay,
cool.
Because she wants to compete for the first time next year.
To do wellness, so. We used to do all the same exercises, but now it's completely different.
Yeah.
Sort of
she specifically needs this for her category. I specifically need this. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So we just go off on our own. But if we're there together, she was give me a spot, or vice versa. It's just how it works, isn't it?
No, that's good. That's good. I know some couples. They always say couples train together, stay together, and like sometimes I know you got both different aligned goals, and sometimes you want to go, yeah, I love you, but I need to do my own thing. So do your own thing, do my thing, and then
it's nice with us because when we trained together, when we was trained together, it wasn't like how you said couples train together, stay together. You see them, they're all over each other.
Yeah.
I'm
he's shouting. I'm
like you train with your lads.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Exactly the same.
One more rep.
He's doing his top set, and I'm thinking, I'm not going to be able to lift those weights up to save him.
I've spotted you obviously spotted him sometimes in the past, and I'm thinking to myself, are you managing? But obviously now you've said that, kind of makes sense. That you just talk to one of the lads when you're training. does that bother you at all, or is it just, do you think
No, I need it sometimes, and I think because I've never been like a girly girl,
Okay.
I don't take anything like to heart really.
No.
Like if you're bullying me a bit in the gym, like
Yeah.
I need the motivation to be honest.
I don't want one of those girlfriends that do the crab walks, you know.
Yeah.
And they put the bands on and they're stepping like this side to side.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice to be like, she trains harder than some blokes, so I can literally.
Yeah.
So
Like I look at some lads in the gym, I'm thinking, oh, I can do better form than that. I'm thinking,
no, it is sick. No, honestly, I can remember there was this one girl at the gym, and she was like, what was it, 6 o'clock in the morning? I think her name was Heather, and like her squat form was just on
terrible.
point, just
on
point, like mad. Like I was walking past, and she's like doing 110, and her form was just spot on. I literally was like, just staring. I'm like, yeah, fair play, like because I know I haven't got the best form of squatting, but her form was just like perfect. And even like the powerlifters who come to my gym, even they were like going, that's very good. So it's
because you spot, you know what you spot when, I think this is the thing. So like people who say they don't go to the gym because people are watching them, no one's watching them. I think I spot people who do things properly. Those are people who do things properly. I pay attention because it's almost like, wow, there's somebody who's doing something properly. Wow, there's somebody who's working hard over there, and like it's almost like I commend that. I don't like to take anything away from anybody who's just starting off, but it's just nice to see when people, because as you said, like as you both said, we've got structured training. It was easy for me to see because I say like there's no messing around. Even though like you'll chat to people, I realise that between the two of you when you train, there's no pissing around. It's just in there and you do what you need to be doing. So I always have to commend that.
Nice. That's really cool, man. That's really cool.
So you know what? So I think the one thing I was going to ask you is like, because as I say, now we're age 24, not 23.
Yeah.
So when did you actually start like getting into?
I reckon I started going gym when I was about 14. Because before that, at that age I was like skateboards, scooters.
Yeah.
And I had one mate who was a bit older. He's probably about 17 or 18. And at the time, like when you like haven't started gym, you might look at some of my size and be like, oh my god, like that's mad. But then obviously when you get to that size, you realise there's people like Ronnie Coleman, all that stuff. But basically when I was that age, he was only probably about 60 kilos, so it's not heavy, but he had sick shape, muscle bellies, and I thought I want to kind of be like that. And then I love watching like the Rocky stuff on. That's what most people like at me. And then I just started going gym, and then I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. Just really enjoyed it, and then I just kept at it, and I thought, and then obviously I think when I first started training, Gymshark just started to come about. So then it was like all the Instagram influencer, when it like Jeff Side, like when all them were like big. And I was like, I want to be like that, blah blah blah. And then looked at down the competing route. I think I competed. I just turned 19. Yeah, my first show was 19. I was still at college.
You started really early.
Yeah, I remember I come into college next day with all the tan on and everything, but no one got it like it. It was funny, man. But I just enjoy training. I'm good at training. I can train hard. Just enjoy it.
That's really cool.
Yeah, because as I said, I've only ever, obviously, I didn't get into it till late, but like I've only ever known like older guys start from it. It's like, I think every young man wants to look like how you look and whatever, but they just don't realise how much work they have to put into it. So like they kind of get put off after a while. So like I think that's more like testament to yourself. Obviously, when you continue to keep on going and keep on doing, where do you get motivation from, or where do you get that drive from? Is it something? Is it family, or is it something that you've seen from the family, or is it just because you?
I wouldn't even say like I get motivation, because I don't explain it. It's like motivation can only get you so far. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't, and then I'd like to sound very disciplined, but I just enjoy it anyway. You know, when people are like, oh, fucking hell, he's eating chicken rice again. I'm like, yeah, but I like eating my chicken and rice.
No, I like I said to you before, and I said so many times, like when I was doing my prepping, I was living off chicken and rice, and I can live like that all year round. Like my partner keeps going, "Oh, so boring. Oh, you want
I had the
right
same
chicken,
thing as well.
rice, and broccoli, or spinach." I'm like, I like that food.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
like it. I enjoy it. So it's like if you enjoy it, you don't see it as a problem. You're like,
Yeah.
It's not hard, is it?
It's not
No, it's
hard.
not hard. Don't get me wrong. Like when people think chicken rice, they must think plain chicken, no seasoning. I'm like, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. It's like if you want to be a bit experimental, like for instance, like what do I do in my oats? Like if I got
They make like oat cookies and
yeah,
stuff like that.
like eggs, blend it with
Like make pancakes
oats,
and
make
stuff.
pancakes, Greek
Yeah.
yogurt, and I'm like, this is nice.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like for me, I'm like, this is nice food. I make it myself. It's cost effective, really, as well.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than going out for food, and then I'll get onto this in a second. You know, I'll get onto it now. So like. We was on about because everyone's craving hard because there's like 5 or 6 of us on prep, and I love cakes.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say
He's
this,
like obsessed with cakes at the minute.
He's my guy already, you know. Because did you know that I was obsessed with cakes as well?
oh, I love how many cakes did I slam after
Literally
my show?
every single day on Instagram. In the morning and the afternoon, like when he's on his break, I get about 50 like reels sent to me on Instagram about different cake places to go to. He's got folders on Instagram of different
This
cakes.
is probably why I like you so much, because like a lot of people don't realise how much I love cakes. That's my thing.
What's your cake though?
It's either going to be like a cinnamon, like Cinnabons.
Cinnabon, cinnamon swirls.
Yeah.
Pastries and stuff.
Pastries.
Yeah.
I'm into everything, mate.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just like food.
I think the only ones which is not really my thing, anything like fondanty kind of cakes.
Okay.
Everything else, bakewells.
I love cheesecake.
Cheesecakes, yeah.
See, like I've always like looked at cakes as school dinners, and like that's why I went to cheesecakes because you don't get cheesecakes in school dinner and stuff. And then, but she actually bakes. This is why I send her loads of stuff. Basically. But yeah, I love cakes, but for desserts, it's like I could have a burger at Hambo, if you know where that is. Or Five Guys, or blah blah.
Tick on the box there. It's like this has gone up in my estimation now. I knew there's a reason why I got you on here, mate.
Yeah, but it's like you go for food, and like if it's a good meal, I prefer savoury, isn't it? I prefer savoury more.
Yeah.
But sometimes you go for a meal, you're like, oh, that was shit. Whereas if you go sweet, it never disappoints. Like you'll always have, if you pick the cakes that you know you like, doesn't matter where you go, really.
True.
It always hits, and it's safe. And like when I want it, I don't want to go in there. Have a burger, 20 minutes. Walk in there, cake, gone. Like, do you know what I mean? That's why I'm more of a sweet person.
You know what? I just got really excited when you started talking about cake. My excitement level went up. We're not going to talk.
Well, I just like all sorts of food, but I hear that when you say like you can't disappoint with cake. Like so, I think last week it was my mum. I went out with my mum. I put like to some garden centre for coffee and cake.
Oh, they're the best places.
They're they're low-key the best places. Like me and my partner and my mum, we ordered this cake and we had like carrot cake and we had like is it coffee and walnut or
coffee walnut?
Yeah, coffee and walnut cake. And I was like, ooh, ate it. Like you just take a bite. I literally went, that's enough. That's too nice. So I was literally just like clapping inside. Oh my god! But yeah, you can't get wrong. You can't get wrong. So I hear that. I rate that. That's really fun.
You made just like a little trial, didn't you? One like a caramel cake.
Yeah, like a caramel chocolate cake.
Go on, you explain it because I didn't got a clue what it was. But
so it's just like the chocolate sponge, and like one layer was chocolate buttercream, and the next one was like caramel, then chocolate buttercream, and it was more like. It was mixed with like a brownie as well, sort of thing, wasn't it? So it wasn't just fully like a chocolate sponge cake. Like
it had
that little
different
textures
thicker layer.
Stuff.
Oh, okay.
It was it was bang on. But she's making so like
our plans.
So our plans for after show. Obviously, there's PCA finals 2 weeks, which a few of us are doing, and then there's a FitX finals 2 weeks. So 4 weeks from now, which me and one other guy's doing. So, and then after, because there's like 5, 6 of us competing, we can't really have a big blowout after the first finals because we've got a show 2 weeks after. So we're all getting together at a mate's house and we're doing like, he said like a tapas, you know, you have different things, but it's for cravings. So I'm going to bring like cake, he's going to bring burgers, she's going to make cake, so I'm going to bring pancake mix, and we're just going to have loads of different things. But it's going to be nice because he's going to be at his house, big
Apart
table.
from me, because I'm on diet.
Yeah.
So you'll all be eating cake and I'm moving my salad.
Yeah, you know.
Do you really indulge after you after your shows? Because
I'll go ham. Well,
Yeah.
I'll get into like what I had after my show, the first one, but I don't want to pick because if I have something, I want to pick something on Monday.
Yeah.
And then let's say like I'll have a burger. Okay, that's it. Tomorrow I might want a cheesecake. Wednesday I want this. So I'll just do it all at once, and then I just go back onto plan because I'm like I've tried everything now.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back onto plan. Whereas if I have a cheesecake, taste it, I'm like, I want another one.
Yeah.
Whereas if I have it all at once, that's it. Then I'm happy.
Because like I think my first shows used to like watch people like walk around with like boxes like this full of like donuts and cupcakes and all sorts.
I've gone off donuts, man.
And like I'm not. Yeah.
I think after my first season, I went to
Krispy Kremes.
I went to Donuts. Have you heard of that?
No.
Yes, I've heard of that. Yeah.
I spent about £70 on donuts.
How can you buy £70 worth of?
Yeah.
I didn't eat all of them.
Let's talk to me about
Yeah, talk about £70.
It was quite. It was like it was.
What?
There was. So I'd say in terms of like filling wise, one of them was probably between 2 and 3 Krispy Kremes.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a lot.
So I had 24 of them and these little dough ball things. And then I ordered 2 brownie trays off this woman on Instagram. The brownie trays were probably better than the donuts. But with donuts, they're all the same. Just the middle's different. And I'm like, nah, I'm like brownies and cakes, to be fair. That's me. Or filled cookies, not like the flat ones like milk chocolate. I do like them, but I like filled filled cookies.
Oh, that's nice.
They're the ones.
So how long will you have before you can start eating cakes and being all over these now?
So she's kind of on a diet phase
until like November because we go on holiday at the end of November.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And then in like a bulk stage maybe.
So like I'll explain for her because she's only been training like a year.
Yeah.
I just get told what to do and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll do it.
Is that all I've been training for?
Yeah.
So would you say you got like majority of like the way that you train from Kalim?
Yeah, I never was stepped foot in the gym
before
from
him. She never went to the gym before me, no.
The first time he took me to the gym, it was a leg day. And I'm quite strong because I ride horses and stuff. So I was like, I can smash this out. Pushed myself too hard and I had to have the day off work the day after because I couldn't walk. And then
she's one of them where like you see it yourself, you know, like I would say like Faisal.
Yeah.
He's got everything. He's wicked, but he's like lazy.
Yeah.
Not disciplined with it. Like he probably knows himself. He could be better.
Yeah.
Whereas she straight away, like she was just growing like this. She's getting strong. But because I'm there to like she'll go far, I personally think.
Yeah.
But she'll do really well. Like you see some people train for years and like they could do exactly what I do.
Yeah.
But they just don't have it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think like as we all kind of know that like
it's very genetic, isn't it?
It is a bit genetic, but it's also it's down to like your work rate as well.
Yeah.
Because like as I say, like someone said to me before, you know what? Yeah. You can't take a bench and dumbbells on stage with you when you've got like when it's time for you to posing. So like obviously if you can be the best that you can be within the gym, it means like you've kind of got all the angles covered for when you go out on stage and when you pose and whatever. But like it's that determination you do on days when no one's looking or when there's no one around.
Yeah.
But like as I say, when hence why I said before that like when I spot people who train well, who really put the effort in and just like the way that they do things. Those are the people, and obviously if you can spot that within Shauna, you just know. So I remember saying to you like a while ago, I can't remember where I was out somewhere. I saw you.
Got Muriel.
In Muriel.
It was like New Year's time.
Yeah, and I saw you. And I said to him like, can you remember what I said? I think I said I'll just come up to you. And I was like, because guys in the gym we always say the same thing. Oh, I was training going. And I just said to you like, you're gonna do well, you are. And I think I'm almost like the oracle. It's just based on obviously the way I could see him like obviously doing his thing.
That's sick, man. That's really cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool. That's really cool, man. So, what type of category of bodybuilding do you compete in?
So, when I did my first season, I did men physiques. I think a lot of people play men physiques first because they are like the smaller ones out of the 3. nothing like taken away from the physiques, because some of them
Even them Monday speakers.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But a lot of them, like if it's your first time, I'd say maybe go men physiques, just because you might not build the size.
Yeah.
The posing, there's a little bit less posing, and free, like you might be shredded on top, which is what you want, but your legs and that might be soft.
Yeah.
But obviously, because you wear the shorts, you don't see the legs. So I've done that, and then when I was looking at my pictures, I ain't got the best obliques on this side, and I just prefer the classic posing.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of it. Like my waist is tiny, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
I have the smallest waist on stage. I can hit the poses good.
You got your vacuum down to a T.
I think people just love watching classic now. Anyway,
If
that's
so-
the most popular. Everyone loves Chris Bumstead.
Yeah.
But her brother goes. He used to box, didn't he, Ryan?
Yeah.
He's not really gym, but like I said, this geezer, he goes, "Oh, Chris Bumstead, he's sick." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People know him.
Yeah.
People just know him because he's sick.
So sometimes we talk. Obviously, while we're talking here, we're talking like in our terms. Like obviously, we know that stuff. But for anybody listening, can you explain to someone what vacuuming is?
So vacuum is like imposing. It's kind of like you suck in your stomach that much, where it's kind of like
See your rib cage.
you can kind of see your rib cage, but people don't understand. They think, why do they do that? But because when you suck it all in, your diaphragm goes in,
Yeah.
and it makes you look wider
Yeah.
because your waist is smaller.
So like an illusion, basically.
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
all bodybuilding is. It's an illusion. Like, at my shows, a big guy is bigger than me, just because of my shape and how I can manipulate angles to make myself look better. Because with bodybuilding, if you don't know, it's not always the biggest guy.
No.
It's not always the biggest guy. It's a combination of 3 or 4. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because like I think a lot of people keep on saying, I need to get more size. But it's like if you get more size, you lose condition.
Yeah.
And if you can't obviously bring
or
the
your
condition,
waist
you
or
can't bring it all
something. Yeah.
together. But I tried that vacuum, and I think I only passed out.
Really?
I think I went really dizzy and like lightheaded. I realised you need to kind of breathe at some point or another.
Yeah, it's hard doing it in some poses, definitely. Like a lat spread, because you're pushing here against your where you're sucking into.
Could you teach someone how to lat spread?
Could I teach someone how to lat spread? You know what? To be fair, I teach a lot of guys pose in the gym. Like Faisal always wants me to
You
run
taught
through.
me how to do that spread.
Yeah, like
I've been trying to explain to Jacob,
I
but
can
I
never
can't
do it.
do.
My brain
Most
just
things I
goes.
can get people to, I can explain, but like, you know what? Yeah, this is your job now. Obviously, you're going to teach.
Teach me how to teach me how to do it.
It is hard to explain. Is it like you want to pop this shoulder forward to bring this, but then like they're doing it, but like when she used to do it, she used to be like this. Do you know what I mean?
I do that.
Do you know what I mean? And
I
it's
do
like
that.
bring your shoulders down, and then they do the same, but you know what I mean? Like,
I was trying to teach my friend. I saw my friend Karen in the gym the other way. She's like, how do you do that spread? So like, I'm always trying to come up with like creative ways. So I'm like, imagine you're carrying 2 melons underneath your arms, and then you're trying to squeeze them forward.
Yeah.
And then you've got, and she's going like this. I go, no, you're just moving your shoulders. She went, like this. I'm like, no, not like that. I said, every time you move, you keep on forgetting about the melons. I said, remember the melons? She was like, I remember the melons, John. But like, I just like trying to do this kind of thing. But like, it's hot. I think because like we do it so much, it's
just normal.
It's normal, but it's hard.
But you know what? It's hard to teach other people as well, because the way I do it might not look right on you.
Yeah.
I was saying to, like the guy who owns our gym, Faisal, his back's wicked. He does a lat spread, so you need to put your arms back further more. So then when you open up, you're opening up the full potential, which makes you look wider. Stuff like that.
Yeah, nice. Man.
Yeah, well, like I said when I first started doing whatever I'm doing, like I only realised later that it was the illusion, but like I think I probably just worked so hard on getting to the way I need to get to that, like I didn't really need to do much as such. But like obviously when people say, how do you do that? I'm like, it's just like this. And people are like, what's this? I'm like, just like this. You just pose like this and do this, but it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder. There's some things I can tell you, but like, I think that's just the one thing. If I can learn, if I could learn people to lat spread, that's probably the only thing I struggle on getting people to do. Because
it is hard. Like I find it just challenging, because it's like you said, I go and I'm like, then like I watch tutorials on like Insta and YouTube Shorts, and I'm like, I still don't get it. Like, so
it's like that video, me and your brother in the kitchen, remember? taking the piss.
Yeah.
Remember? It just looked funny.
What was you trying to do?
My brother's like,
he's a
he likes
builder,
his
he's
food,
fishing,
doesn't
he's a bit big. Like,
he either fishes or does knitting.
That's a great
that's great. That is
and then he was in the kitchen.
He's like 22 as well. He's
Yeah.
not like 40, 50, he's 22 knitting.
And then he's in the kitchen there once, and then I was like, "I'll do some posing with Kalim." He's like, "I don't know what to do," and then he come down, rolled his top, he's like top of the sleeves up, his shorts up, and he's like, "Yeah, I can smash that. I'm bigger than Kalim and everything." And then it was just posing, and we were just pissing ourselves.
He was doing like, I always say, we like, you know, like fighters when they do the weigh-in.
Yeah.
Obviously, when say like a bodybuilder and they do the bicep, they're like this, and then the fighters are always like this, aren't they? That's how he was doing it. Like, it don't look like, does it?
Nah, that's cool, man.
So you know what? You just mentioned that. So you mentioned that your brother. What's he do for a living? He's
a builder.
Builder.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned before, which kind of blew my brain a little bit, that you was a builder as well.
Yeah. It's my dad's got his own building business with my two brothers.
Okay.
And then I've literally had like every single job you could possibly imagine, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I used to live up in Harrogate, just past Leeds, working with famous show jumpers.
Yeah.
Then I nearly lost my dad, so I moved back home, and didn't know what I wanted to do. Didn't want to go back into like childcare or anything. So I was like begging my dad. I was like, "Oh, just let me come like work with you for a few weeks. You know, give me a trial." He's like, "No girls on the building site, blah blah blah." I was like, "No, trust me, like I'll be good at it." And then I was there for 2 years, and they've said that I'm the best person they've ever employed.
So were you actually just doing like building, like brick? Like...
Yeah, we used to do like I used to help my brother do the bricklaying and stuff.
Yeah.
I've done painting and decorating. I had a bit of plastering, but I didn't really.
So they do like everything,
they
extensions.
Do, like, so house renovations.
She would be on the barrows and everything, digging.
And in the diggers, doing the
she went on the diggers. I had a little laugh on that, but like knock down walls.
All the carpentry work and stuff. Just done a bit of everything.
You know
now,
what
really.
I mean? Like it's not really my
I've
area.
Done a bit
like,
of everything, and then he worked with us for a bit, and he was like, I was like his boss at work. Do this, pick that up, pick that. I used to, believe it or not, I used to outlift him at work.
That's some stuff. Like that's the thing when you go gym. I hate with work like that because I think you go gym. But work strength and gym strength very different.
Very different.
Very different.
Listen, Matt, what was you talking? Because like I've got a friend. I hope he listens to this. My friend Brett. Brett's like, you know, like me, we've been friends for years. But like whenever he needs anything lifting, he'll say, "Oh, let's go and get a picture on." I'm like, Brett, I'm a show home. This not, you know what show homes? No one lives in there. They just look okay.
Her brothers go, "That's fake muscle." That is. Yeah.
Like there's two complete different ways how to pick something up.
Yeah.
And like I used to outlift most of our labourers at work.
Yeah.
They used to think, "Oh, she's a girl, she's gonna be weak," sort of thing. But I would outlift him straight away. And then he worked with us for a little bit. And then I think it was simple as like a plasterboard for his first week. I was like, pick that up. Like this, and he's like, couldn't get the hang of it. I was like, no, literally just pick it up like this. And I've got a video on my phone. And I just like picked it like a piece of piss, and he was struggling to pick it up still.
Gym strength and work strength is different.
It is because like, we're only, remember, obviously, if you was to ask us on a work site, we'll just lift up the weight like this. We'd master it. All you got to do is push this here. Then we do it. And all you've got to do is lift it up.
Yeah,
so it's like different, complete. Like
and I'll probably get into this now for people who are watching who just start in gym. So they'll start. I'm not strong enough to do that, and I say, but people forget lifting. It's a skill.
Yeah,
it's a skill.
It's a skill.
So say like her brothers would probably piss on me at like lifting stuff at work or blah blah. Take to the gym. Like there's a geezer who used to labour with us, Steve. He would piss me at work, strength wise. Went to the gym, dumbbell press like 25 kilos.
No,
do you know what I mean? Like, so I say to people who are starting as well, don't forget it's a skill.
Yeah,
it's a skill. That's why sometimes you see like them videos on YouTube, bodybuilder versus jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And it's like a different 140-pound man versus 220, but they're throwing them around still because it is a skill. Like power lifters, squat, bench, deadlift. They do that 3-4 times a week. That's why they're so good at it, because it is a skill at the end of the day.
It's a different discipline as well. And some people still don't get that when you're trying to tell them, like, no, like, just because I'm good at here doesn't mean I can, like, transfer over the skills as well. It's a different discipline.
And if anybody's asking, we don't always enjoy moving sofas and moving.
Yeah, we don't.
Moving
Absolutely don't.
and picking up shelves and picking up bricks and stuff. Brett, if you're watching this, I'll let you know.
But then it's that one joke. Oh, you've done your workout for the day. I'm like, shut up.
I'll go into that. That one annoys me, man.
My pal Mick, you say to me like, "Oh, that gym membership's a waste of money." Then I'm like, yeah, but like I'm not picking up engines and like boxes, mate. But
apart from me, I can do a bit of both.
Yeah,
it's annoying when like you go, come to the gym, I'll show you, and they're like, oh yeah, oh my god, I can't even do that, and they're like, and you're like looking and going, yeah.
I always say to people like when I first used to start, like, come train legs with me then, and I'll show you. I'll show you how it's done. Come train legs with me, and I'll show you how it's done. Because people never used to believe how hard. I used to ask the teacher at college, and he used to cack his pants all the time.
Yeah, I've got the way my diary set up.
Yeah. But she, like, going back to it, like, because she trains very hard. I always find with girls, they're doing this at the gym, so they'll train. I can't do it as they're doing it, and I'm like, you're literally doing it. And I'm like, you can't say you can't do it when you're literally doing it. Where she would be like, the last one's like, till fail, like she's done it. She's done it.
No, that's sick. That's cool. Really good.
And then he's like shouted at me, like my eyes are watering because I can't go anywhere. I can't go no more.
You're trying to finish her off, aren't you?
Literally.
No, that's sick.
I suppose, how long have you been doing your online coach, or you coaching and PT and stuff? Because was that a natural progression as well into?
I think I started online coaching in lockdown. I think,
and just PTing in general. Obviously.
PTing, I don't do too much of the PTing, and the reason why I never done too much of it is like you could see me for an hour, and you might say, I want to get a bit bigger, I want to get a bit more toned, or whatever, but then you train me for that hour. I don't know what you're doing after. You want to come to me to lose weight, you might be eating this, blah, blah, blah. With online coaching, it's everything. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing your food, I'm doing this and that, blah, blah, blah. And, like, if you don't get the results, it's because you probably didn't do it.
Yeah.
Whereas I couldn't be bothered with, like, some 40-year-old man saying, oh, this PT's rubbish, blah, blah, blah. Even though I've just had a McDonald's after the set. You know what I mean? It's like, I like to know everything that's going on.
Yeah.
But then, as I grew a bit older, I was like, money makes the world go around. If you're going to pay me for an hour to train you an hour and a half, whatever you do after doesn't really concern me. I'll do the best I can to give you advice, this and that, but then it's up to you to then, not contact the piss. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think like there's a lot of people when they can't, you'll understand this as well. You're being obviously we're all doing the same thing, but like someone will pay you and expect you to do everything for them, and like they don't want to take no responsibility. So I'll pay you whatever amount of I'll pay you like £40 or £30 for the hour session.
And I think as well nowadays, because you've or the person they've paid, because they've actually paid, they think, because I've paid, I should get the results now. Even if they don't do the work, because they must think, oh, I've paid for this now, so I should get results.
It's going to happen overnight.
No.
I took my friend to the gym the other day. She's like, I want to grow my bum. I was like, okay, like I can show you what to do. I said, but it's not just the gym. I said, the main thing is like eating wise as well. So I was showing her exercise. She's like, well, how long is it going to take? I was like, it's not like a time frame to grow. I was like, everyone's different, and it depends how much effort you put in.
That's the worst thing. Someone say, how long is it going to take?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I was like,
you might get there, and then you might want more. So I find like when I first started gym, I'd look at people like the Jeff Side and that. They're miles away. It used to be a bit disheartening. But I think as you get 4, 5, 6 years in, I'd still look at them and think sick.
Yeah.
But then you realise it's your own journey.
Yeah.
Because it's like when you're younger, you think, I want to look like him. But then as you go through, you realise no one looks the same. Everyone's different shapes, structures, this and that. So like for me, I look at, say, like Chris Bum said, he's if people don't know, he's like the best in the category that I like.
You're a man crush.
Yeah, man crush.
I think he's everyone's man crush.
He talks about him near enough every single day.
when you're going to come up, you're going to do just the
I did say to this when I grow it out for the last show, but like, I
I'll too much and sleeping.
Don't.
the way I can explain Chris Bumstead is like, you know, your mum is like, oh, my mate told me to do that, and then it's like, if your mate said jump off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge? And then I say, if Chris Bumstead said jump off a bridge, I'd probably jump off a bridge. That's what it's like.
But that's like you and Rocket. If I was Rock told you to anything, you'd be like,
yeah, go on then. Eat that. Yeah. Nice. No, you reckon you'll win next week? Is it next week? The fight?
Next
Yeah,
week.
next week.
It's a quiet show, I think, the last one, because I think people are focusing on the finals who've already qualified, and it's like, if you peak your physique, sometimes you can peak too often and you start to fade. But I wasn't happy with my first showing, and I really want a PCA trophy, so I was like, I'm doing this. And then kind of going back to where, like, you know, so when you first start, you look at them and be like, oh, that's miles away. I do it for myself, and like, I know each year if I get better, that, you know, it doesn't matter, because it's your own journey, it's your own blah blah blah. But I said I want to get at least a trophy from this show. So then I've got a trophy from Fix this year. It's just nice because then, like, it kind of what's the word? It's like you've got something to say. Like, I looked awesome, but I've actually got the medal to clarify. Is that the right word?
It's kind of like to show, basically.
To remind yourself, like, you know, I did look awesome because I have got the trophy.
Because, like, you know what, you've stumbled across someone next to say, like, even with myself, like, I've won trophies, but like, I'll just put them behind, or just don't really look at them. And then you don't kind of like pay like to what you had to do in order to get that. Yeah.
So, like, I was actually on about this the other day to one of our friends who competed, Chris. He got robbed. He got robbed at his show. I don't know if he should have won or second, but he definitely should have come fourth.
Yeah.
Now, like, he looks awesome, like way better than what he did last time. But like, we was kind of saying, like, he knows he looks awesome, but same thing, like, it would have been nice to have a trophy to kind of tell that object to say, like, like, you did look awesome, but because he ain't got the trophy, it's a bit disheartening for him.
I would, you know what? I kind of get what you're saying, but there's going to be a point in his life where he doesn't look like that. So as long as you've got the photos and, like, because, like, I think photo evidence is photo evidence, or having evidence of you having your friends and family or the people you love around, to kind of back up that story. So I remember because, like, when you go to your shows, who do you bring with you?
So my first show, there's loads right now. There's about 30 people. And, like, I've actually made a highlight on my Instagram, PCA Midlands or something, because I'd be like, even though I've won, or if I've won, lost, blah blah blah, I looked awesome. Having the pictures with everyone, having the videos after that, that's more like nice to look upon. So, like, I actually tried to make a video, didn't I, of 2 days before leading up to show, like. And it was proper, like, YouTuber, like, walk in the room, open the curtain, put the camera there, me stepping on the scales, supplements, talking about what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. And then I couldn't bother to do it, but I'm going to actually do it properly for finals. Because even if the video gets 100 views, I don't care about the views. It's nice to be like, watch this 20-minute video, and then I can look back and be like, that was mad. Like, that was 2 years ago.
It just reminded me, because, like, I've actually got one, but no one's ever seen it.
Oh, really?
Did I tell you about that?
I remember you mentioned something.
Yes, but, like, I want to get back on one and look at it again now, because I did do the kind of the same thing. But, like, obviously just leading up to it. But, like, I would say to you, definitely do that for your next, obviously, for your next show. But, like, don't quit it. Just, even if you're going to have to hold the camera for him or do something. But
So what I think I did wrong was I got a tripod and mics and did too much of a hassle, because I've never done it before. It was too much hassle. Whereas now I think I'll just like, just do it like, just do it like that.
Stick, I think, like, you don't need to be kind of like, it doesn't need to be perfect, but as long as they can hear you and see you, and
exactly.
Put your phone down and pose or do whatever you.
Because I'm definitely doing it for the last show, because it's a big expo. And then obviously, you know, I said, like, we're going to go back to our mates and have food after. Like, that'd be nice to video. And then I think it'd be too many people there at the house, but I was actually going to do like a 1 hour calorie challenge, like a mukbang kind of thing, put like a film on, or like kind of what we're doing now, just talking while just eating loads of cake, basically.
I need my invite.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, no, this is, I'm not saying that I might. I'm taking an invite. They tell me this cake will be there.
We're going to go somewhere in London. It's called Jack and Beyond. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
No.
So, you know, you get like bottomless brunches.
Yeah.
Watch this guy on YouTube. He went to one. It's like £23. For London, it's quite good. Get an hour and a half, but it's just cakes. So you just keep ordering different cakes, basically.
Mate, I'm in a coma.
I think the record was like 27 slices, and I
thought, oh my
God,
God.
I'd probably come out like a cracker.
Nah. I think I'll be done after one slice. I'm like, yeah, I'm done now.
But like, I know I'd slam that, because after my show, how many cakes did after my?
I had about like 15 cakes.
This is what I actually ate. So I come off stage. My mum, bless her, she went to Sainsbury's and she got like in the deli or the bakery thing, 4 brownies, gone straight away.
Yeah,
a tart,
gone.
Billionaire tart, gone. 3 or 4 Toblerone triangles,
wow,
gone. Protein bar, gone. Went to Selfridges, carrot cake, gone. And then there's some creamy cake thing, I don't know, it was gone. She made those cakes. I'll show you a video of it after. I had about 6 of them, gone.
Wow.
A big brownie, gone. And then about an hour and a half after, we went to Grills. It's a very nice restaurant in Coventry Road.
Yeah.
T-bone steak, chips,
curry,
gone. I had a mixed doner kebab, but it's not like chip shop doner kebab. Like it's nice kebab meat, like with rice, gone. Wagyu pizza, gone. Then we went to our mate's house. We went to our mate's house to drop a cake off, but then some made a cake for her. So I had some of that, gone. 2 litres of like apple mango juice, because I was really thirsty, but I was like, I want juice. So I went to something fresh.
Then we got in the car.
And then I got in the car
and he was
and I was like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. But it's funny because we went back to mine. It's a long day when you compete, you know yourself. Like you're up at 6, 10, blah blah. Went to bed for an hour at like 9. Woke up at 10. But because I just come in and obviously I don't live at we live together. I live at her parents. So I don't live at home. Went to bed at 9. Woke up at like an hour after 10:30. I thought I'll go sit with my mum for a bit, and then I was like, I feel alright again now. So I had another cake, but the day before we went to Cannock Outlet, and they have a Lindt store, don't they? So I got like 2 of every balls. And I just dusted 1 of every flavour.
Mate, I thought I had a problem, but I haven't. I'm clearly fine.
Nah, I've got a problem.
He's obsessed with food.
Yeah, but I like being full. I like either being full or just having a little bit. Like I don't like in between. It's either a little bit of nothing or full. Because when I have a bit more, I'm like, I might as well just eat enough to get full now.
No,
I thought my
listen, that's yours
is just obliterated.
I'm a big eater. Like even like people are like, oh, because you're on prep. I'm like, nah. Like even when I'm off season, like I was slamming like 6,000 calories for like 8 months, like easy in like 4 meals.
I think this. I think the other thing as well. Sometimes when people would probably say to you, well, if I eat cakes and I don't get to look like them, but like they kind of miss the amount of work that you do in between.
Yeah, and it's not very often.
So
I'll talk about eating cakes, blah blah blah. Well, I'll only eat like that after show, and then it's on a weekend.
Yeah, and it goes back to
it's
normal.
Like, should we just go? Let's go for sushi, like because we like sushi.
Yeah,
we'll have sushi. Might pop in on the dessert shop on the way back, and then have something. But I'll kind of work out now. Well, I'm having 2,500 calories from the sushi because I know I'll eat a lot. 500 from the cake, 3,000. I'll take out 3,000 throughout the day. Whereas where people go wrong, say they're on the meal plan, they'll eat the meal plan and then eat the burgers and that on top.
As well,
do you know what I mean? That's where people go wrong. If you understand how to count calories and everything, that's when you can mimic the basically the effect that the bad food that has isn't as much because you like I
think that's something what I've done like over the years where like so when people say me eating certain things, I'm like, well, you didn't realise what my breakfast this morning. My breakfast had like pretty much little to none and whatever else I had at 1 o'clock had like little to none, but like when you see me eating this now, even if I have that, it kind of only amounts to what what I need to have in order for maintenance. Anyway. Yeah. So it's not really.
It's almost like the people that I don't eat a lot of food. But the food they eat, it's like 4 chocolate bars, crisps, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? I'm like, there you go, bro. 700-800 calories there. You're having that 5 times a day. It's not a lot of food, is it? Really, 4 chocolate bars and a packet of crisps. But in terms of calories, blah blah.
Yeah. That's another one. Like, I'm eating this amount of calories, but I'm still not losing weight. I'm like, but you act, well, you're not then.
I had one client, and I gave him a diet plan, and he goes, I'm not really losing weight. I said, you picking at stuff? He goes, yeah, I had a chocolate bar here, and a chocolate bar. I said, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So basically, using a 400 calorie deficit, kind of, from what I've worked out.
Yeah.
Them 2 chocolate bars just put it back up to maintenance. There you go.
Back up,
and then wondering why nothing's shifting, nothing's going down. That's we'll obviously bring it together in a second. But like I was going to say to you, because I say the people like who've seen this, like youngsters who've seen this, what advice would you give them about, like, obviously wanting to compete or starting from an early age, or what do you reckon they need to keep it?
Just be consistent. Where I went wrong when I was a bit younger, so my mum used to cook for me because I got 14, I didn't know how to cook. Monday to Friday I'd be really good, and then Saturday and Sunday, because I'm not cooking on the weekend, I never really used to eat much, so it was like, say I'd be like, I don't know, 500 calorie, 300 calorie surplus Monday to Friday, so I'm like 1,500 over. Okay, I'm growing.
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday I might be like 1,000 under, so over 2 days I'll actually come out minus 500. That makes sense. So I say to people, be consistent and be educated. And I always say to people, don't always listen to the biggest guy in the gym, because normally they're just on a lot of gear, a lot of drugs, or they're just like kind of like on a lot of gear, a lot of drugs, done it for years, or maybe they're just genetically really good. I'd say kind of listen to someone. I always say if you give me advice or an educated thing, I say why. Not like just take this. I'll be like, why? I remember when I used to train at base gym at like 16, 17. If you want to go on gear, we'll put you on like 500 tests, D-bolt, Anavar. And at the time, I thought that was normal. Whereas I look back, like now, I think that's still more than what I took after like 3 years. So I'd say, and that was coming from the biggest guy in the gym. So I always say, get educated, be disciplined, and be consistent, and just enjoy the journey. Like, actually enjoy going to the gym. Whereas I don't know what the saying is, like, the man who enjoys the journey will always walk further than the man who only thinks about the destination, the end goal. So say, like, I've got to walk 500 miles. Oh, man, you might get to 200 and stop. Whereas if you like walking, you might say, I've actually done 600. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You keep going for it.
Yeah, because let's say going back to what you were saying, I think like a lot of time, like everybody just wants everything so quickly, and they may look at you and go, "Well, I'm only like a few years time. I'll be 24." Well, like I say, like sometimes like they don't realise obviously the amount of work and stuff that you have to put in, and obviously you just love. By the sound of it, like you've always just loved. Love your journey.
And also with gym, I think for people, I've realised, because I've trained for years now, but if you're like my age or younger, the gym will make other things better. So I always say, prep. The first time I prep, the struggles I went through, other things in life don't feel as hard because how hard it is. You're strengthening your mind, your body, and I think, like, one, you're gonna look better, you're gonna feel better, and like later on in life, that's gonna benefit you. Like, I see some guys from school now who used to like kind of not pick on me, but tease on me a little bit for like going gym. Like, you've been going gym for 6 months, still small. Sorry.
Yeah.
I look at them now, overweight, drink a lot. Do you know what I mean? This and that. And I say, if you look good and you feel good, like, you know, it shows. Like, you glow. If you walk into the room and like you got a good shape, this and that, you glow. And I always kind of compare it to someone like, I have a mate, spends a lot of money on clothes to prove himself, blah, blah, blah. I said, just spend that money on yourself, like maybe skincare, gym, this and that. And I said to him, you get Big Nasty and Anthony Joshua wearing the same clothes, exactly the same clothes.
Yeah.
Who's going to look better? And then I also said Big Nasty in a nice Gucci tracksuit, Anthony Joshua in a Primark tracksuit.
Yeah.
Who looks better? Anthony Joshua, because
Yeah.
how he
Yeah.
how the clothes fit
Fit on
him.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I always like say to people, just go gym. You'll save yourself some money at flannels. You ain't have to go flannels. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never shopped at flannels.
No, and that's a damn good. You know what? Yeah, that's an impressive analogy. Because I say I love like analogies and whatever. But like, it's a reminder. So as you just said that there now, I remember like going out years ago, a long time ago, where some of the guys would wear like lots of designers, and they're always like, "Say, do you know what I'm wearing?" Well, I'd get compliments because I always shop in H&M. I'd shop in H&M or just shopping just like shit. But like I could just carry it better.
Yeah.
But then I've suddenly, like, as you get older, you realise that like having like good health and a good shape is the real flex.
Yeah, it
real
is.
flex.
Yeah, that's the real flex. Obviously,
Yeah.
you know, you can earn money, or you can, because like, to get money, you can do it in many different ways.
Yeah.
But like it means you can put you on a level playing field with somebody who's worked really hard, just by doing something very quickly and go, oh, now I'm at your level.
Yeah.
But like obviously within your health and your body, you can't really jump up on someone's level field as quickly. You're going to have to, as you're creeping up this, you won't, unless this person takes his foot off the gas.
Yeah,
you're never really gonna. You'll get better within yourself, but you're never really gonna catch him. But like I think that's when you realise that's what the real flex is.
Yeah. So when we used to go out to the local, people just approach me straight away. Like I know everyone when we go out, but I'm just known as that gym lad, and like I always come in. Like I don't show off and wear tight stuff, but you can still tell. Like, and people just come over to me. I've always got like I'll always look very approachable as well. Like smile on my face, happy to talk to anyone, and then like that's how you should be. That's what you should aim to be.
Just be kind for them, just smiling.
I reckon that's gym. I think that's gym. We're not all, but I reckon that's gym guys and some gym girls on the whole. But like we've got like such a stigma attached to us.
Yeah,
and
it's
they think that like because we go gym, we're just like
mean, angry.
Yeah, mean.
It's
angry.
like everyone's like, I'm gonna go pure gym, or these type of gyms, and I'm like, when I go there, I don't say I feel uncomfortable, but them gyms like for me not as comfortable because you get people who don't take it serious.
Yeah.
People who look and stare. Whereas you go to like where me and John go, Flex, everyone's on the same level. You can feel comfortable. Like you say, she says it like the first gym she come to was Flex. And then when she says
I can't stand training at like found gyms and stuff. Like I'll go with him. I've got to go on my own. I wouldn't go at
Which
all.
foundry you go to?
We've gone to a few.
Yeah,
but the only gym that I'll go to comfortably on my own is at Flex Physique.
Yeah.
It's like a little family, and like
it's
gets on
nice.
with each other and stuff.
And I think the thing is as well, it's like everyone who's there. I think at most gyms, everyone's like looking for the same kind of goal, but like I think that there are just levels. Within gyms, and it's like you say, like he's like a family, like them guys. Like really
people go to gym. But I always notice when you go to JD and I speak to some lads, I've got to go over there, and I'm like, that's why you're here, bro.
Yeah.
For girls, I'm like, so you're paying £25 a month just to look at a girl? I'm like, that's so dead. Like, if you think about it, you've literally paid £25. You're not really training, just a window shop at girls that you're never going to go speak to. They're not even looking at you. I'm like, just go to a proper gym, man.
And all those gyms are all like competitions all the time. Like, oh, I'm better than you. I look better than you. But then, like our gyms, like it's always like well done, bro. Like you look really good and stuff. Like bringing each other up instead of other gyms, like they bring everybody else down.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. Like so, I work in JD, and you do see that competition amongst members, and you're like, there's no competition. You all come here to get better. So don't try to outdo each other. There's no need for that. Then like you said, like I think certain people they walk around thinking they own the place, and you're that ego, and you're like, oh.
I think the best gyms for places like that mainly probably like boxing gyms and stuff. To be fair, because if you first go, I guarantee the hardest geezer in there isn't going to look at the geezer just walked in and say, I'm going to batter him. He's going to come over to him on the bag, do it like this. do it like this, because he started probably from there. But I always go up to kids in the gym, to be fair. I was like, I was your age, do things like this. What's your food like? Okay, try this and that, and try and help them. And I always end the conversation like, I had a little bit of help when I was younger, but not as much as I'm trying to help you now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that, because I've been doing that for as long as I can remember. I think it's just one of my things that I like to do. But it's right what you say. It's like, obviously, when we're aware of what we look like, especially when we've competed, we will stick out like sore thumbs. But like, I really like to go out my way to make somebody feel comfortable, and just give them like a little bit of like, and even a way that I can't give you advice now, it wouldn't be like, oh, you got to do like this. I'll say, man, tell me. I always like to start with, tell me to mind my own business, because like I've just watched, but like I'm just saying, like, I can see if you do that too long, you see them do your back, or you're going to twist this. Or I say, if you do a twist around here like this, that's going to make it better for you. But I say, there may be a reason why you do it like that, but I don't know. But like, you can always tell me. It'll make a difference. But like, I'd rather try and give you like a bit of a helping advice.
Just give a few.
Especially
pointers.
with kids as well, because they're like 13, 14, they're probably really intimidated and that as well. But I'm just saying, if you're one of those kids and I come and give you advice and you carry on doing the same shit, that's your own fault. That's your age. That's your age. But like, who's this bloke telling me what to do? Philip on YouTube does this, so I'm doing it. That's the wrong thing as well. I think with training, they look at people at the top end, and mimic them.
No, exactly.
Because I try and say it with running. Okay, Mo Farah. Let's say, I don't know what they actually do for running. You've just started as a runner. The end goal is Mo Farah's level. Are you going to run 100 miles straight away? No. You're going to do 10. And I think bodybuilding is the only one where people start and train at that end. I'm like, no, you've got to do little things first. And work your way up.
And especially like when people go, I'm going to bulk, I'm going to eat 6 meals a day. I'm like, whoa, you don't need 6 meals a day.
You've gone from eating McDonald's and KFC to 6 meals a day.
Yeah, and they go, well, Bombstead does that. I'm like, that's C-Bomb. Like, you're Gary.
The size of him.
Basics done first. Think of it as like, the triangles you used to see, and the most important stuff's at the bottom.
It's just like the foundation.
The bottom, and then as you get more skilled, focus on the little percentages. Do you know what I mean?
Then they'll just go, I saw a sick exercise on TikTok, and I'm like, no, I just
I think we were talking about the other day, weren't we? Like, like people just it's almost like they're afraid of just doing
hard stuff,
the hard stuff, basics.
Well, it's the basics. It's like, I can remember there's a good quote that I learned from Mark Coles. He's like, the basics aren't sexy, but they do the fucking job. Just the basic movements. And like, even when people are absolutely right beginners, they don't go straight jumping on like the barbells and stuff, and you can see they're like, let's regress, let's just get you on the machine first, just to understand the motion. Then when you feel comfortable, we'll start progressing. But I don't care.
Train for a week, and then so let me test my strength by Friday, because I've had this protein shake. Now I'm gonna try 2 plates. And like, now it's on my neck.
Like, especially on the kid, like especially with the kids one. They all jump on the bench press, and you kind of like get upset.
There's even some older lads that go to our gym, and they just try and go as fast as they can or heavy as they can, and then you're just like, you're literally doing nothing.
You're just
gonna break the
way
machine.
I find is, I can't always remember, it's so all the 16-year-olds, they put 60 kg on, then they just go, right, let's put 100 on. I'm like, no,
danger.
It's danger. Like it was like the other night, where I think he must have been about early 20s or just like 19, and he just whacked on 110, and I'm like, I'm looking, and I'm like, there's no way you can lift that. And like, I'm watching, I go up to him. Do you want me to spot? No, I'm good, bro. No, I'm good.
I'm
like, oh, okay. And he's got his mate with him. He pushes it up. He goes it down, and you can see me. I can't lift it. And his mate, he's like pulling up, and he's like, but then the bench is like, oh, I had it, and I'm like,
it's an ego thing.
And I'm like, bro, you didn't.
No, you
never didn't.
the conversation in his head said he had it, but in reality there was nothing to be had.
The silly thing is, he goes, right, I'll try 1.5, and I'm like, oh no. Then I'm watching him again, and he's
done it again.
Does it again, and he's like, oh, I was on it, and I'm like, oh no.
So then one, I've learned you just have to kind of leave them to it.
Yeah. Sometimes
they'll figure it out sooner or later.
It's just like do you know, like Mortal Kombat, when you see like the X-ray, and the body just turns to X-ray, you can see the body just going snapping, and I'm like,
fatality.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there going, oh no. But even like when everyone's asking how much do you push, how much do you bench, and I'm like, oh, I'm benching 110 as well. I'm like, how long does it take me to get to there? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I've just been doing it.
How long is a piece of string, mate?
That's the worst bit. Yeah.
Can you tell people I don't know your day to day. I don't know what you do on one day to the next. I don't know where you burn your calories during the daytime.
Even I don't know.
I think it gets asked more than what you're benching at now. And some kid come in a gym, and he was probably built like my age. He was built like me when I was like 12. What gear do you take, bro? And I said, well, I'm on prep. I take this and that but before prep, I've always took little and blah, blah, blah. And like, he goes, oh yeah, I'm on that, that trend. And I was like,
whoa,
bro, I said, even at this point, I was like, I've never even took trend. And like, what's your food like? What have you had this morning? I had a slice of toast, an apple.
Oh,
banana, or something like that. And I'm saying, bro, you need to come off the trend. And like, to be fair, he looked a bit scruffy, like. And I said, like, can you afford this gear? Can you afford if something goes wrong, health wise?
Everyone's quick to jump on things and not really kind of understand any kind of implications. And stuff what goes on. It's almost like they're going, well, it means I'll get to skip the whole of that and just go straight there.
Yeah. And I said, like, you take this, okay? You'll get to a certain size, and then you'll have to take more.
Yeah.
And there's only so much you can take before something goes like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, my first show I did natural, and then about 2-3 years later, I went on steroids, and then it was always like a bit of test, train. So I looked at the gear as like a supplement in a way, as in like, still got to train, still got to eat, still got to sleep. I just take that on the side. Not that comes first, and then I can eat less, not train as hard, because it doesn't work like that. You want to get the most. You want to get the most out of the least, and you'll thank yourself later in life. Well, I think I will anyway. I won't be like 40 odd, dropping dead, heart attack, blah blah. There's a guy who I know. He was telling me what he was taking, blah blah blah, and he ain't got a clue about gear. Oh, he's stupid. He's had heart attacks and that, and he's still taking loads and loads and stuff. And I'm like, but when I watch him train, 2-3 sets there, fair enough, I'm going home. I'm like, well, there you go then, bro.
Yeah, there's people they're not educated at all, and they don't. And I think even if there's people to give them education, they wouldn't want to know it anyway.
No,
because like in their head, they've already kind of got the answer. All I've got to do is whack this, and I'm fine. I can get to it and get to it out. But like, and I think that's probably why you're seeing like a lot of people either drop down dead, heart attacks, and all that kind of stuff, because like they're just doing.
They're not regulating it.
It's not even regulating. It's the fact that like they'll just go and see someone and go, "Oh, can you just get me this?" And the people who are selling anything, we're going to ask them what's it for, what you're doing, what anything else. It's just but like, and you know, a lot of the time with certain things, you don't know what kind of implications you can have, and also what your body type is like, or what's there's a lot of us will walk around as if like we're fine every day, and we don't realize that we've got like stick going on.
For me, before I went on any type of gear, I got my blood test done just to find what was my levels, this and that. And like I was on a probably about 16-week diet of this, not like anything strict, just coming down slowly. And when I'm on diet, I don't really touch nothing. Cardio is there. And I got my bloods, and my cholesterol's high. Hereditary, that is. Like, my dad's got high cholesterol. And I was like, wow, I eat good, this and that. Like, why was my cholesterol, like, so high? But that's where I was kind of going back to, like, if you've got the money to do these things, you need the money for this. So, like, I take a lot of stuff to bring my cholesterol down. And, like, my cholesterol, it's not amazing. It's still off, but it's better now than it was when I was natural. but I've spent the money to bring it down instead of me taking loads of gear. Imagine like you've trained for years and then you have a heart attack and then you can't, and then the doctor says, you know, you can't train. No. And then you think
that probably won't be the worst, especially if it's like your life and something that you do. That'd be probably the worst thing in the world. Because it's like you sometimes got to base like our identities around training and everything else, and like that's where sometimes I see like people have like these breakdowns or they don't know where else to go because like they've kind of ruined themselves so much or they've kind of done so much themselves to the point where whatever they're doing now, it can't be reversed. Because so like if you kind of do these things, like you're not asking no questions, you don't know anything about anything. You just think your mate Tom told you, or your mate Tom has got a mate from somewhere and he done this and like now he looks like this. But like there's some people like they're putting themselves in some serious positions for the sake of a look and not realise what's going on internally.
There's a lot of good people in the UK now, like Physique. I'll name a few for people who are watching, like Physique Collectives, trained by JP, J3 University. They actually maybe like £7 a month got a website, and it would be like how to take things safely, and they'll go into stuff, say like EQ. I don't really know what it is, but it's a type of drug. And it's like we don't like giving our clients that because there's actually no human studies. You know what I mean? Like there's actually a reason why they say this. From studies, the max effective dose is this. Anything after this isn't gaining any benefit, but it could add more stress. So we do, you know what I mean? Like it's not just Bob from the gym said to this because he's 60 years old and he used to compete at NABA. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
No, that's mad. That's absolutely mad.
There's a lot more education, but you have to find the right, established people. Do you know what I mean?
100%. I think sometimes it should. I think most people just use it just for recreation use now. They don't actually use it for like an ongoing.
They do it for like an easy way out.
Like when we used to go to the pub, like swigs and that, like. Yeah, I'm on a bit of D-ball and tests. I'm like, mate, like you're getting smashed Friday and Saturday. You train like 2 days a week for what? Like,
they just think, well, I can't be asked to train, can't be asked to eat all the food. I'll just jump on gear. I'll get big. But
and then,
that's not the way. You've got to do everything else.
And then people like that, you see them 2 months after. You're still taking it. Nah, can't be bothered, bro. Waste of money and the health cost that could have potentially happened.
Extreme highs to extreme lows in just like down and like as I say, like I can see that's where a lot of like people like mental kind of breakdowns come from someone looking at them going, oh, you look amazing, you look great, you look big, and into like now I'm small again, and like, obviously it gives them the confidence in January, no confidence in February, confidence in April, then no confidence in whatever month it is. It's just like it's an up and down thing. But like, I don't think it was ever designed for people to be just taken on a daily basis just because. I think it was more so for for bigger competitors to do what they're doing, and then come off when they've finished. But like not to be continually doing those things.
Nah, like so for me, after my last show, I'll come off everything but test. I'll just keep it very low to help recover. Get my bloods done again in 8 weeks. Still carry on taking my health supplements. See what my bloods say in 8 weeks' time. If they're good, okay, we can go back on and push a bit. Do you know what I mean? Not like I've had 6 weeks off. I'm just going to go back on now without actually having a look at the damage. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's good. Right.
You know, we've you know what? Like that's like our ago. We've covered like so much. Like you know what? I'm super glad about your hot name. I know there's a reason, and there's a reason behind it. But like I'm really grateful for you guys coming on. Like obviously you had your bits and telling us about what you're doing. What we're going to do, we're going to try and wrap you up a little bit now. So what we'll do, like, so if anybody needs to contact you through your socials or for your business or to try and get you through, like, or even watch your journey. So I think that's always an amazing thing to like watch like someone's journey. And I think because you're still so young, there's so much you're going to do. And they've got like so much potential. So what's your...
So my Instagram is made_by_Santos.
Okay,
that's the Instagram. It was like a main page, like just me, like pictures with the lads, blah blah. But because I had 4K followers, I turned into a gym page, maybe a bit of a business. So if you want me, follow me on there, and then don't always be shy to ask questions. I'm not that guy. Like I'm happy to ask
Okay.
answer anything.
Awesome.
And then for you, you need to shout out your stuff because she's got. So she does the building, yeah. She's do building.
So
Now she's tattooing. Just started that.
Yeah.
Oh, we just kind of brushed over that kind of
Brushed over, but yeah, that's it.
The cakes that she does, she bakes cakes and
Yeah.
like she's done like wedding cakes, you know.
Yeah,
Go on, you talk.
Like,
You talk
I do,
about
like,
it. Go on. You
for
know
my
down there.
baking, I do a lot of birthday cakes. That's like my main
Yeah.
topic sort
Is
of
this
thing.
on video as well?
Yeah.
I'll try and
And
actually show
then-
you the one that she made after my show. Go on, carry
And
on.
then I do a lot of like the loaded brownies,
Nice.
like the cookies and stuff like that.
She made that for a lad in
That looks
George in the gym.
So yeah, so where can we find you on the just
So
this?
it's-
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot what the thing's called.
What's it?
My baking.
I couldn't even laugh.
Freshly baked SB.
Yeah.
And then the main page I always post on is my tattooing page.
Yeah.
So I'm a junior tattoo artist. It's
They're all
based,
the ones I had
it's
after
based
my
on
show.
the Hagley Road
Nice.
West
About 13
by
of
the
them.
Toby Carvery.
Awesome.
And that's /splash_off_ink.
Awesome.
And quite reasonably priced because obviously I'm a junior tattooist.
Yeah,
That's
that's
You know
excellent.
what? Yeah, I think like because you're young guys and you're doing your thing. I always love to push people like who are starting from the bottom and going all the way up. So like, what we'll do, we'll take your details up and we'll when we obviously put this out, we'll make sure we've got like your Instagram names and
we'll do all that,
people can see.
Finally, how can we follow you, John?
Right, you can find me John Collins _online _coach.
Hey, there's no name tag. Here you go. You can also follow me at jwright.pt. You can also follow our YouTube channel at Down to the Core on YouTube, and also our Instagram page at Down to the Core with 2 underscores. Without further ado, Kalim, Shauna, thank you.
Thank
you.
I really enjoyed
Take care,
it.
guys,
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
and bye.
Peace.
Peace.